Why take this when you could do this? You see, movement is a medicine that when taken at the right prescription, the dose, how much, the frequency, how often, the timing of when you do it can act as a very powerful anti-inflammatory. And so as a top 1% specialist in my field, in this video, I want to share with you the top 3 best anti-inflammatory exercises for back button sciatica pains caused by many different things, like herniated discs, spinal stenosis, degenerative joint or disc disease, SI joint problems, hip joint problems, piriformis syndrome, spondylolisthesis, sciatica, and many other things. I also want to share with you the exact 4-step, what I call hunting for motions process to help you determine which one, if any, of these 3 motions is going to be safe and immediately effective for your specific problem. But let me stop here real quick, because notice how I said the goal is to find one motion that is safe and immediately makes you feel better. And this is important to understand because most of you have been given a sheet of exercises that hurt so good, which you're told will take time to work. But in my experience, this could be the most random, painful, and slowest path to natural pain relief. Because doing a random sheet of exercises is no different than throwing a bunch of random ingredients into a bowl and wondering why the cake falls flat, wondering why things don't work and you're not getting better. And so if we want to adopt this concept of using movement as medicine or movement as a pill, then I think you would agree that the goal of taking any pill is never to take as much as possible, it's to take as little as needed, if any. And so the goal is to find one motion that's safe and immediately effective. And here's what I mean when I say an exercise should be safe. We can define a safe exercise as one that is pain-free physically to the body and non-threatening here to the mind. Because the opposite of doing a safe exercise is doing one that's unsafe, painful to the body. You're cringing while you do it, and or you're fearful or worried that you're doing it now, but you're going to pay for it later. And doing this over and over again tends to make people worse, not better. And when I say an exercise should make you immediately better, what I mean is that when you find a painful, what I call a yucky motion, you should be able to do one safe exercise that immediately makes that painful motion better. And Heidi, a member of my program, highlights the simplicity of this process. She went hunting for motions. It didn't take long, and she found a motion, one motion that was yummy or safe. She did it and felt immediate relief. And it's not just Heidi who's benefiting from this process. People all around the world are going hunting for motions and finding the one safe, pain-free motion, which is making them feel immediately better. So the first step of the hunting for motions process is to test, to find one painful or yucky motion that we can plug into the hunting for motions process to see if we can fix it using one of the anti-inflammatory exercises. So these are the top 4 most painful or yucky motions for people with back button sciatica pain. And what we want to do now is we want to do 1 rep, 1 time of each of these motions, and we want to give it some score. And you can see here I have a yummy, yucky scale. If when you do these motions, they're not painful at all, then you'd mark them as yummy. If when you do them, they're yucky or they cause you symptoms, then it's either going to be low, medium, or high, and you can see the higher the number, the higher the score, the worse it is. So the first most common yucky motion is going to be a standing back bend. So stand, feet shoulder width apart, hands on hips, bend straight backwards. If it's pain-free, it's yummy. If it's painful, give it some score, low, medium, or high. The second most common painful motion is going to be a seated straight leg raise. Start with your leg down, your heel on the floor. Do this on your painful side. Raise it up just 1 rep, 1 time. It's either yummy or yucky. Give it a score. The third most common painful motion is seated figure 4. You can see how to perform it here. Do this on your painful side, 1 rep, 1 time. Give it a score. And then finally, the trunk twist. I would recommend you try this both to the right and to the left. See yummy or yucky and assign it a score. Then what I want you to do is I want you to take the most painful or yuckiest motion. I want you to circle it. And that's the motion you're going to aim to fix during this hunting for motions process. Now let's just say that you did each of these motions and all of them were pain-free. They weren't yucky at all. Well, then maybe you're aware of another motion which is clearly and consistently painful or problematic. So just plug that in. Let's just say, for example, that going up the stairs is a yucky motion. Go try it now and give it some score. Or maybe it's a yoga move or some other exercise move that you're aware of. Do it, give it a score. Or maybe it's just something like a squat. It doesn't matter the motion that you use. All that matters is you find something that clearly and consistently reproduces your symptoms. Now, if you're one of the people whereby you can't find any yucky motions, nothing consistently makes your symptoms worse, then check out this other video to understand why that happens. So now let's just say, for example, that my painful motion was a standing back bend, and I rated it at a 70. Again, this is going to be whatever motion you found to be painful or problematic here. Now we need to plug in one by one each of the anti-inflammatory exercises to see if upon retesting we can make this thing better. So the first anti-inflammatory exercise is a seated trunk twist. And you can twist to the right and you can twist to the left. You may have just done this a moment ago. And let's just say you do it and both of these are safe, meaning they're pain-free, they don't cause you symptoms. Well then if I were you, what I'd do is I'd pick the one motion to plug into this process that felt safest. In other words, if you had to choose to twist to the left 1,000 times or twist to the right 1,000 times, which would you prefer? And pick that one. That becomes the one thing you're going to use as treatment here in a moment. Or maybe you did the twists and one was painful and the other was pain-free. Pick the pain-free side. Or maybe neither of these motions were safe. They were both painful. Then you're going to have to hold on for a moment and wait until we talk about the next motion. So let's just say that one of the twists was pain-free. It's safe. Now we need to determine if it's going to make you immediately better. So you're going to do it as part of the hunting for motions process, 2 times 20 reps. Do 20, take a little break, 5, 10 seconds, do it again. And then we're going to immediately have you retest your painful motion to see what happened. So let's just say you retest and the score didn't change, a 70 to a 70. Well, that motion didn't make you better, so it made you feel the same. Step 4 is we follow some basic logic. If something doesn't make you feel better in the moment, you or I don't have any reason to believe that it'll help you in the future, so we don't want to keep repeating it. Now let's just say the number went up, it made you worse. Well, then we definitely don't want to do that, and we've got to go to the next motion. But maybe it made you better. Maybe your score went down from a 70 to a 60 or 50 or 40, whatever it is. If it went down, then it made you immediately better. And so now what you want to do is you can use that movement as medicine. You bottle it up and taken at the right prescription, again, it can be very powerful. So if this was safe and immediately effective, the trunk twist, do it only to that side. Dose, how much? 2 times 20 reps. Frequency, 3 times a day. And timing when you do it can also be important. Most people are just told to do exercises whenever they can. But think of it like this. Imagine we have pain and we have time. And first thing in the morning is when you get most of your symptoms. Well, why not take a movement pill first thing in the morning? Or if symptoms are worse in the later part of the day, after lunch, do it at lunch. And if symptoms are problematic at night or when you sleep, why not do it right before you go to bed? This is how you want to think of using movement as a medicine. Now let's just say that the twist was either not safe to the right or to the left, it was painful in both directions, or it didn't make you immediately feel better. Then we move on to the second anti-inflammatory exercise and plug that into the hunting for motions process. So a seated forward bend, and no, you're not floating. You're actually sitting on the edge of a chair, all right? So what I want you to do is I want you to do 1 rep of this just 1 time, and if it's safe, great, we can plug it into the process. If it's not safe, then you've got to hold your horses and wait till the third exercise here in a moment. So let's just say it was safe. Now you're going to treat. So we know it's safe, but does it work? Here's how we prove it. We do 3 times 30-second holds. Go do it. And then immediately retest and see what happens. Retest and rescore. And if the score stayed the same, well then again, we don't want to do something that doesn't make a difference over and over again. So we move on. If the score went higher, it made you worse, then definitely don't want to do it, and we've got to try something else. And if it made you better, the score went down, meaning it became less yucky, then we can use that as medicine. Again, the dose, frequency, and timing. Prescription, 3 times 30-second holds. Frequency, 4 times a day. And timing, just like we talked about. Symptoms are worse in the morning, do it in the morning. Symptoms maybe midday, do some midday. And stack a bunch at night if that's when symptoms are at their worst. And to the third anti-inflammatory exercise is what I call figure 4 strength, better known as clamshell. I just rotated and blew it up so that it fit best on the card. And you're going to do 1 rep on the right side, 1 rep on the left side, and just a little tip as you do it. Picture as if you are laying along a wall. So your back, your butt, and your heels are all on the wall in a line. And I like to put my hand on my hips so this way I'm monitoring for when I want to roll backwards. Ideally, we don't roll backwards, all right? So 1 rep, 1 time, and maybe you'll find that they're both safe, in which case just pick the one that feels best to plug into the hunting for motions process. But maybe you do it and one's painful and the other's not. We'll do the one that's pain-free. And now maybe you're thinking to yourself, well, hold on, Charlie, like my right one was painful and my left one was pain-free, but my pain is on my right side. So I'm just going to skip that. It doesn't make sense to do an exercise on my pain-free side. Well, your whole body is connected, so just do it anyways. Whether you have pain on the right side or the left side, just pick the side that is pain-free. And if both were painful, well then sorry, but you've struck out. And maybe you haven't found a motion that is safe and going to help you out that you can plug into the process. Good news is there's roughly 118 different movement options that we can keep hunting and looking for the motion that's going to work for you. So let's just say that you did find one side that's pain-free, then we have to treat it to see if it's going to help. So what I would recommend is you do 3 times, so 3 reps, of holds until you're tired, until you're fatigued. Not failure, but tired. So keeping this form, do 1 rep until you're tired, maybe take 15, 20 seconds, do it again 3 times. And then immediately retest to see what happens to your yucky motion. If it's the same, then we don't want to keep doing that, so we move on. We have to keep hunting or do something else. If the number went up, then it made you worse. Definitely don't want to do that. And again, if it made you better, we can use that as medicine. At the right prescription, the dose, 3 holds until you're tired. Frequency, 2 times a day. And again, consider the timing of when you're doing it, morning, afternoon, or at night. All right, so at this point in the video, chances are you did find one that was safe and immediately effective. Maybe it was this one, the trunk twist. Maybe it was the seated forward bend, the figure 4 strength. Or maybe you struck out and you didn't find either any of these motions were safe, they were all painful, and or all of them were safe or some of them were safe, but when you plugged them in, they didn't immediately make you feel better. They didn't immediately improve your yucky motion. No big deal. Again, we might just have to go hunting for more motions. And again, there's many different options for us. Or it's possible that your symptoms are just too flared up and you have the right idea, the right treatment at the wrong time in the healing process. And believe it or not, there's a 4-step pain relief process to naturally heal your back butt or sciatic problem. And notice how movement as medicine is step 3 of this process. Step 1 is to help you do the detective work so you can optimize your environment physically and mentally, not keep pouring gas on the fire, and become your own best anti-inflammatory. You should probably do that first. If you want to learn how to do that, be sure to check out this other video.